I was walking along up there when I saw something unexpectedly under the water. Unbelievable. Hi there, good afternoon, Kalispera, and welcome to beautiful Kythnos, one of the Kyklados Islands. Today is June 20th. It is currently 77 degrees Fahrenheit. That is 25 degrees Celsius. It feels hotter than that though in the direct sunlight. Summer begins, I forget, tomorrow or the next day. It is definitely feeling like it, and it is welcomed after kind of variable weather for me the past 10 days here in Greece, in which I went to the Argo-Saronic islands of Hydra, Spetses, and Poros. I didn't film yesterday my journey getting here from Poros, so there are no direct ferries from those islands out to this region of the Aegean Sea, the Kyklados Islands, including the famous Santorini, Mykonos, Ios, are quite close by. But in order to get here from where I was, then I had to go back to Athens to the port of Piraeus. And so yesterday I had a ferry booked from Poros, 1 hour fast boat to Piraeus. And then from there I had another ferry, a slower ferry, that took 3 hours to go from there to Kythnos here. Really glad to be here. I like the looks of it. It is great to be back on the Kyklados Islands. This is really kind of the ultimate Greek islands experience for me, is getting out to these islands that are farther out. All of the blue and the white buildings, the stark landscapes, the beautiful blue and green sea, and having the bicycle. So no, I do not have a motorbike for exploring today. I will probably rent a motorbike another day. I'm here for 4 nights, well, last night and 3 more nights here, so 3 full days here on Kythnos. Today is going to be a random exploring. Let's just see where I end up, what I feel like doing, how much bicycling I feel like doing in this hot sun But I am very glad to be here. I really like the looks of it. This is a little known island, despite being one of the closest islands to Athens. But for some reason, it is just not very touristy, even though it looks really quite perfect. I think maybe it is just overshadowed by the fact that there are other islands nearby that have more unique things to offer. Santorini, of course, the massive, crater and the cliffs and everything. And then the beaches and the party experience of Mykonos. And partly it is just that there are so many Greek islands, 227 officially inhabited Greek islands, and so they can't all get super popular. So that is kind of one of the secrets to traveling Greece, if you want to get away from the tourist crowds, is just go to one of the less popular islands. They aren't necessarily less popular because they aren't worth visiting. It is just for who knows what kind of random reason sometimes that they haven't gotten all that much attention from other tourists. So that is the port town there. There are two towns in the middle of the island, and that is the plan for today if I actually do it. Is to shoot for one of those villages in the center of the island, get going up the hill. Doesn't look too bad there, but it is like from here maybe 8-9 kilometers away or so. And then of course after that, jump in that beautiful looking water. So let's go, let's cruise down through the village there and then get up on a road going up that way. Here we go, Kythnos. And so here we go into the port town. My guest house is right up there. Excellent location. You have a great selection of restaurants right here, literally feet in the sand at the tables. And a nice beach right there. Octopus, squid. So while I bike through the town here, I thought that I would talk a little bit about traveling to these islands and making your travel plans, because you may want to do a bit of advanced research of ferries and accommodation, because you need to line them up, and there aren't as many ferries going here as you would expect. When I was checking ferries, both arriving here and leaving, there were very few. It seemed that some days didn't even have ferries going at all. And so I had to kind of check various options and then match that up with the accommodation. And so I have 4 nights at the guest house there, and my ferry is already booked departing in another 3 days. Okay, I'm not sure which way I want to go here. Let's check the map. And so I took the right-hand road, starting the uphill climb. And right there is the ferry dock, or maybe right up ahead is a passenger ferry. Looks like that is a commercial one. So, this is where we're going, up the hill into the middle of the island. Or do I swim first? I'm kind of feeling like I want to do the swim once I'm ready to fully relax. So let's maybe go for the bike ride and just see how far we get. But that is a very nice looking beach there. Not too crowded, considering it is now the beginning of summer. Martinakia. Looks like that might be some sort of an ancient guard tower. Some old ruins up there maybe. Let's see if we go by it. So another nice little beach there with basically nobody on it. One person swimming there. And then those are quite interesting looking. There's a stone building there, and then that right there, what the heck is it? I can't quite tell what is carved out, what is created. We gotta take a closer look at that if we can. So this is obviously a quarry. Whoa! I don't know how well you can see. We have a shipwreck. That is wild to see, just completely randomly, unexpectedly. Almost entirely submerged, other than that little white thing sticking up. Whoa! Cool. Kythnos is already revealing some very interesting things to see. It looks like this is the strange cave structure. I have to say, Kythnos is already really becoming one of my favorite Greek islands. Certainly in part because of the fact that it isn't as popular. Feels more real and authentic, but also it really has great features as far as really cool, just like ultimate Greek islands towns, nice beaches with, you know, nobody on them sometimes, and some remnants of history. I think that the tower that I saw is back up there, might not end up there, but what is this? Must be a farmer's shack or shepherds or something like that. But the other building was looking more interesting. I think over there. The problem is all of this really dry brush that is not going to be fun to step in. I also don't want to knock this wall down, but wanted to get a look. It is very small inside. Maybe more of a animal enclosure to keep your goats. Okay, that is the interesting one. So what the heck is this? It is not a proper cave. This also seems like it must be a spot to herd your goats into and keep them overnight or whatever. I thought that it was going to be like a carved out cave for living in or something like that. But then you have this just really well done rock wall. Let's go all the way around it, keeping my eyes and ears open for snakes. Yeah, it's just an overhang and then quite a remarkable rock wall. Okay. And I think this is a good spot for a snack to help get me up the hill. Got some roasted almonds, some pistachios, and a bar almonds, apple, cinnamon, and sultanas. sultanas are basically raisins, or like raisins. Episkopi, 200 meters. It might be referring to that. I saw what looked like more ruins. Let's check it out. Hella. I think that's Greek for like, come on, something like that. It looks like something from the similar time frame as the other ones. Huh, a door frame. And this is a much more substantial cave. Looks like natural cave. And then wall built to enclose it. This very well could be a living space. Maybe the bed right there? Wow. Interesting. When, oh when, was somebody living here? And this is Episkopi Beach. Looks absolutely amazing. I think that the sign back there wasn't referring to the ancient ruins or the old ruins because there wasn't a symbol for ruins. I think that it was referring to either the buildings down the other side or this right here. And good news about the road, it isn't looking as uphill as I thought that it might be. Uphill there, but not too steep, so it will be a little bit easier 7 kilometers than I thought. Let's do it. Rio Castro Archaeological Site. This is sure a sign of the times, huh? QR code to get information about ancient ruins, and it turns out ancient is actually accurate. So we have the page here. The site is identified with the ancient city of Kythnos on the island of the same name in the Cyclades, which was inhabited from the 12th century up to the 6th to 7th century AD. So that's a little confusing whether they're saying 12th century BC up to the 6th to 7th century AD, or did they just kind of reverse that and they meant the 6th to 7th AD to the 12th century AD. That makes a big difference, but either way, these are some old ruins. More of the similar rock buildings and a more modern white church out there with some stone buildings next to it, and lots more of the stone walls and buildings. So there is some history around here. Excavations to date have brought to light an untouched sanctuary of the archaic, classical, and Hellenistic periods. The twin temple was found intact with all the mostly valuable offerings in place. South of the temple, 2 altars were excavated, as well as an extensive repository which also contained hundreds of precious offerings. Wow. So does temple mean probably pre-Christian then? Okay, where the heck is that? This is incredible. Now, these I would assume, are not, certainly not BC, maybe not even 6th, 7th century. Maybe they're more recent and there are ancient ruins scattered among them, something like that. Not sure, but let's get up there and see if we can see something that looks like a temple. I made an executive decision. Before I spend a lot of time and energy exploring around those ruins, I want to get to the town, check it out, and then see how I'm feeling on the way back, and if I want to stop and explore or get in some water. I have 2 more full days left after today, so lots more time to see more of the island. I also definitely want to get over to that church at some point. These are absolutely some of the coolest ruins that I have seen on the Greek islands. There's so much of them.